Oh, just 1 second, will you? Sorry about that, folks. Well, welcome to the Multi-Voice Entertainment. Tis I, Michael A. Grimm, aka the Multi-Voice. I have many voices, but one opinion. And today, I hope you guys enjoyed that crossover theory. I've tried to make it short as I could and had a lot of thought involved. And right now, I'm gonna be. I'm not. I'm still gonna do some reviews. But for those of you who are wondering what took me so long, how come I haven't been doing any videos lately? Well, let's just say I was pretty busy at the time because my mom and I and my sister, we all decided to do some role playing for the army because sometimes the army always pick up some people who want to do some role play for the military, and they do pay pretty well. And and of course, it was a night shift, so I had to be up all night. But anyway, for that aside, I got some announcement to make, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a pretty awesome announcement here. One thing I would like to tell you, if any of you remembered my Gallifrey multiverse group, well, let's just say we had a bit of a problem. Turns out our newcomer was starting to control things and started to. I mean, our newcomer tried to boss some of them around and give them, and even giving us some problems that we were fed up. And after kicking us out, she wanted us to give her a second chance, and of course, I do believe in second chances, so I gave her one more chance, but she blew it. So I had it. And we also had another newcomer, but she was being kind of bossy to my friend Eric. And of course, after all that drama, I decided to take a hiatus for like a month until I got back. And of course, my buddy Eric, my co-creator, he met somebody new now. He met a really nice girl. I met her. She's a sweetheart. So I'm really happy for Eric that he met somebody new. But of course, it got me thinking. Eric and I have been making our own Doctor's Adventure, but we never had a habit of making another friend of ours named Janna. So one thing that we did, I decided to work on Janna's Doctor. I decided to do some editing this time. And Janna was really happy. I mean, I've been working on a script, and of course I had to do a lot of changes at the time because some people who wanted to do the part decided to leave, others didn't want to do it. So it gone through a lot of changes. And if any of you remember, Janna's Doctor is none other than the Marvelous Doctor. And of course, one thing about the script I'm working on that I'm going to be doing some editing, this will be Janna's time to shine as the Doctor. What's the point of creating Doctor Who without somebody who wants to play the Doctor have their time to play the Doctor? So, the script I'm working on, it is a pilot / crossover. Because after my Doctor regenerates, I become the Marvelous Doctor, which that is Janna. And after she regenerate, she ended up in my era all of a sudden. So even though my Doctor regenerated, she appeared in my era, and it's going to be like sort of a teacher and student kind of thing. Like my Doctor's going to be teaching her the ropes, see if she got the hang of being a Doctor. She gets kicked out of her TARDIS because because it exploded, so it's trying to repair itself. So she ended up in the hospital, and that's where my doctor showed up. And we decided to work together because it turns out that the town, most of the victims are being turned into old people. And what's causing this is none other than the Clockwork Girl. That's right. I decided to take something from the creepypasta, and I'm usually not a big fan of creepypasta, but there are some stories that are pretty good. Others are kinda, eh. I don't usually like dark, sick, twisted stories, but I'm a sucker of urban legends, so. And I seem to have a soft spot for Clockwork. I know her story was really sick and twisted, but I decided to take the look of the Clockwork Girl, but make something different. It turns out that she's part human, part Time Lord. And I'm not going to give out who she's the daughter of, but one thing about her is she keeps aging rapidly. So that watch on her eye is acting like her youth meter. And one thing she does is she creeps up to young people and always say, "Your time is up," and then she takes their youth. Which that is a lot scarier than the story of a Clockwork Girl carrying 2 butcher knives, stabbing you to death, saying your time is up. This time, this Clockwork Girl is part human, part Time Lord. And how does she got the scars and the watch on her eye? Well, that will be explained in the episode. After all this, a lot of good things been happening. Like, I told Janna I decided to add the episode, and she was thrilled. She was excited. Now, I got all my lines, and I got all of Janna's lines, and and one of our member did all her lines as Clockwork Girl. So now I'm waiting for Eric with his lines, because he's playing Colonel Shepard, who's a member of UNIT, and also hinting that he might be Janna's companion. And of course, Constable Ryan, who is a female officer from Scotland Yard. And there's Ingrid, the one who helps me out with the new doctor. And, I'm still waiting for their lines. So, pretty much, I got my lines, I got Janna's lines, and I got Clockwork Girl's lines. And she was good. The girl who did the voice, I don't want to name names, but she did an outstanding job as the Clockwork Girl. And one thing I have talked about to her dream is being a voice actress, so I decided to keep her around in case there's any roles for her to play. Because she likes my writing, and she does enjoy doing voice acting for me, so I'll think of something else for her to do. Anyway, so her performance of Clockwork Girl was really good. And also when she did her voice almost at the end, I was almost in tears, because she did it very emotional. But I'm still waiting for Eric and the 2 other people for the other characters. Anyway, and the episode, it's going to be called Beware of the Clockwork Girl. I thought it would be a good title, Beware of the Clockwork Girl. And of course, another thing happened recently. I met a new friend, which I cannot name names unless if it's okay with him. Turns out that he was a huge fan of my audio series, and he have written a pretty good script for my doctor. And, of course, Laura's Hannah's. Yeah, Laura, who does the voice of Hannah, my companion. Now, that was one thing that happened that I couldn't believe what happened. Turns out that there was a hacker and a cyberbully who made a false YouTube channel saying it was hers and did a video telling her to quit doing YouTube videos. I mean, he did the most horrible video ever, forcing Laura to quit. So, sadly, she retired. But one thing that she did not quit on is doing some voices for somebody. So I was nice enough to do the voice of Hannah for the introduction I made for my Doctor Who audio. And it was the nicest thing I ever done. I mean, I had that cyberbullied reported on YouTube. And I also helped cheer her up because she felt so much better since I gave her a part for my audio. And I just hope that she didn't retire. I mean, I think she should continue on with her YouTube channel, YouTube video. And if any of you want to subscribe, I'll send you a link down below. Or if you ever listen to the introduction of Hannah, I send a link on her channel as well. But anyway, the new guy I met who written a script for me, the script he's working on the script he worked on is called Nature versus Nurture. On this one, he's going to have my doctor and Hannah end up in a land full of talking trees. And their people are getting killed because of some big business corporation guy who keeps on killing trees. But if he keeps on killing trees, he's destroying the planet. So it's up to my doctor and Hannah to stop him and put an end to his cutting tree business. So it's pretty much a subtle environment kind of story, but hell, I like it. So, and I was pretty impressed with what he did, and I always make sure I give him credit because that's one thing you guys should know about me. I give credit where credit's due. So, I'm probably going to be busy doing Janna's Doctor, and of course, this Nature versus Nurture episode. And of course, it was at least I was happy that somebody wrote some scripts for me, because, tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen, I know I announced about my Flash Gordon meets Buck Rogers again, the sequel to my first one. Here's a problem. I've been getting a little bit of a writer's block. A little bit. Not a lot. It happens to me now and then, but sooner or later, my mind will work, and I'll pick up where I left off. I just hope it ain't gonna take me years for me to think up what's gonna happen next. But, I get writer's block now and then. Nothing too personal. I always hear that some writers do get writer's block now and then, but it happens. So, this is my announcement for the day. If any of you like this announcement so far, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned for me editing Doctor Who Beware the Clock Girl, and also stay tuned for Nature versus Nurture. When I'm done with the Clockwork Girl, I'm going to do the Nature versus Nurture audio. Big thanks to the writer who wrote it. You did a pretty good job. I was really impressed. So, I'm Michael A. Graham, a.k.a. the Multi-Voice. I remember it so I can jog your memory.